You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got Geno Auriemma, the ringleader himself of the UConn Alphabet Mafia, out here running his mouth, bumping his gums about Caitlin Clark yet again. Oh, I need to get some attention. Let me try to bring up Caitlin Clark. Now, he makes some comments. He is partially right. He actually admits these WNBA players want to kick the shit out of Caitlin Clark. He just admits it. But then you come down and he decides to blame her fans. You notice this? This is becoming a thing throughout all of women's basketball. Let's start blaming Caitlin Clark's fan base. And I got to tell you, for a league that wants to make money and wants to grow, shit talking the fan base that has gotten you a new CBA, because let's be real, Caitlin Clark came in and her fans followed. What happens if her fans decide to not follow anymore? That media rights deal, that CBA, all that influx of money just goes away, disappears, poof. And I do believe there is a point where fans are like, you know what? Fuck this league. I tried to support my player. I tried to deal with this. I'm sick of being called a racist or a homophobe or a yada, 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 white supremacist. All the shit I hear all the time. I mean, hell, I'm used to it. But look, I know I'm going to catch that because I put myself out there. But everybody's catching that shit. All of her fans. All because she's straight and white. So let's check out, you know what, at this point, Geno Auriemma will just dye his hair purple and yellow and pick you a rainbow color. Actually, just do the whole thing in a different rainbow color. So you can be sure you check all the appropriate boxes. In fact, Gino, just come out as transgender. How about doing that? Just go all the way. Brave, stunning, and courageously. This is Sports Illustrated. UConn Huskies head coach Geno Auriemma made a strong claim regarding Caitlin Clark's treatment in the WNBA on a July 6th appearance of Sports Media with Richard Dish podcast. Quote, I do think there are some personal animosities in the league where people are going to take a shot at Caitlin Clark unfairly. No question about that. Okay, well, at least he comes out and admits that. Quote, anybody can deny it all they want, because if I'm wrong, then there would be a lot more people coming to her defense, and there's not. And neither am I. Wow. Because I don't coach in the league and I don't play in the league. Yeah, but you are one of the most prominent faces in women's basketball. And what you say should influence a lot of people, at least in the league, because you coached a lot of them in the league. And you're making a point to say, no, I'm not going to take up for the straight white girl either. I'm not going to do that. But yes, it shouldn't be a national referendum. And yes, there are players in that league that would love to kick her ass every minute of every day. And so that's okay? Wow, that's okay. I mean, this ain't basketball. This is UFC now. What are we doing? I have never seen so much justification for very clearly non-basketball plays. Alyssa Thomas, not a basketball play. Kennedy Carter, not a basketball play. Angel Reed's clothesline from hell, not a basketball play. Kennedy Carter, not a basketball play. Marina Mayberry, not a basketball play. Diamond DeShields, spearing her from across the court. Not a basketball play. We could keep going. J.C. Sheldon, not a basketball play. All this shit. And media members are going out there telling people, oh, yeah, that's basketball plays. You're a damn liar. No, it's not. That's not a basketball play. That's some thug bullshit is what it is. Let's come on down. Of course, all this, he's making comments because of the fist to the throat heard around the world. Before this comment from Auriemma, he was speaking about how Clark has become a lightning rod regarding race relations in the WNBA, saying that the obsession from her fans, here we go, it's our fault. No, maybe, Gino, just maybe it's your fault. You coached a bunch of these players. Maybe, just maybe, it's Dawn Staley's fault. She coached a bunch of these players. How about that? How'd that be in casting fault towards people? How about you look at the players that you actually produced and rolled into the league? A bunch of hateful ass bees. Keeping it real. Hateful ass bees. Before this comment from Auriemma, he was speaking about how Clark became a lightning rod regarding race relations in the WNBA. I know I already read that, but I went on a rant. Saying that the obsession from her fans made it so the perception was Clark became the reason why white players get beat up in the WNBA, and she became the reason why black players don't get endorsements and don't get the adulation that black players get. This is not her fault. And her fans have never, ever said that, what? If black players think Caitlin Clark is the reason they aren't getting marketing deals, she only came in the league in 2024. They had all these years to make all this money. And you know the reason nobody came to them? To have them market their goods and products? Well, number one, bad attitude's a big one. But number two, and most importantly, nobody watched this league. I mean, how the hell are you going to have somebody in a commercial when the whole nation's going to be like, who the fuck is this person? I don't know who that is. Of course they're not going to have them market things. And that's whether they're black or white. People weren't watching the league. And these players are upset because Caitlin Clark's actually got fans. He noted that Clark isn't to blame for this, and he doesn't believe this is why the personal animosities towards her exist. Instead, Auriemma seems to think that it's both natural for a top pick to be foul hard in games, and that Clark is especially susceptible because other players resent her profile and status in pop culture. What's her profile, Gino? Yeah, Gina. Gino. White and straight? Is that the profile you're talking about? And status in pop culture as someone who came in and was credited for changing the league forever. Backlash to the hype in a sense. That's exactly what she did. Auriemma made a point to quantify that flagrant fouls against Clark were not some referendum on America. It's always interesting here, Auriemma talking about Clark as he has received blowback in the past. Good chance he's about to receive some more blowback. Sports Illustrated. What the hell? Oh, shit. Well, I've got y'all, by the way. On a side note, Justine Pissott has signed an offer deal with the Aces. For real. It looks like we're going to lose her. Right here, per the WNBA transaction page, the Aces tendered an offer to Fever developmental player Justine Pissott. It's a lot like a practice squad in the NFL. The Fever, I believe, probably have to match the offer sheet and immediately put her on the active roster. Or maybe they just have to move her to the active roster and they got to boost her salary up, I would guess. Right? Because I think developmental salaries are different than regular salaries. I'm not sure about that. God, after all that CBA shit, you would think I'd remember that, but I immediately flushed it down the toilet at record speed. You don't want all that taking up brain matter. Oh, Gino. Woo! Good luck, Gino. Way to attack fans again. Tell me what you think. Yeah, it's on her fans. No, Gino. It's on you. It's on Don Staley. It's on some of these bum-ass coaches that's in the WNBA. Y'all mass-produce a bunch of racist, hateful-ass bees is what you did and sent them right into the league. You made them think, oh, y'all are really heroes for no reason at all. You inflated their head of their own self-worth. Piss off. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.